body before we move into any kind of movement. So this would be a good sequence to do in the morning when you're waking up before you're going to work, or even in the middle of the day if you need to just stretch the body out after sitting at a desk all day. It'll be only about 15 to 20 minutes long, which is really nice for those of you that have a quite busy schedule. So come into a comfortable seat. For me, I like to stack my shins on top of one another. For a lot of us, this might be uncomfortable, so you might have a knee sticking up. You can always bring a block here if you have a block. So left knee is stacked on top of the right. You can also just bring the left foot forward this way. It's a bit more comfortable, and the knees can settle down onto the ground a bit more. And just sit up nice and tall. So first, always taking time when you come to your yoga mat to just drop into the body. It's very good to be observant of your breath, observant of any anxiety in the body or tension. Just let go and drop in. So letting the shoulders drop as you elongate the spine. Let the face relax. And just drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Feel the left side of the neck stretch here. One of my favorite postures to do in the morning, just slowly moving into the spine, slowly waking the body up. Chin comes to chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And just move at your own pace. So just stop where you need to. Notice if there's any space that you need to take pause in and feel out. After you come back to neutral, stretch the left hand out to the left side, right ear to the right shoulder, and just reach with the left arm out as you drop your right ear to the right shoulder. And turn towards the right side. Right hand drops down behind you, left hand on the right knee. Get nice and open across the chest and begin to look back over the right shoulder. So we don't want to overstretch the neck. We're not looking all the way back around, just slightly to the right. Getting a nice twist across the belly, opening through the heart. And then inhale, reach up with the arms. And exhale, twist to the left. Right hand onto the left knee, left hand down behind you. Opening across the chest. And again, not overstretching the neck to look back, but just looking to the left a bit. So working into Sufi cycles here. It's a little bit of an odd feeling at first, but it feels really nice to the side bodies. So pressing slightly into the knees here. Bring your chest down towards the right knee. So we're stretching along the left side of the body. We move through center, elbows bend over to the left knee and back, rounding the spine. So keep moving in circles here, finding organic movement. Postures like this, there's not as many rigid rules for it. It's just organically feeling into the body, finding that fluidity. I'm going to walk the hands forward and just fold down for a moment. So not grasping onto the earth to fold forward all the way down, but just letting your chest fall naturally where it may. So that may be here. You might need to block here at the chest if that's a little bit more accessible. Or maybe you come all the way down. And then slowly make your way back up. Bring the palms of the feet together and bring them close in towards the groin. Hold on to the big toes and then just begin to press the knees down to the earth in a nice quick pace here. So fluttering butterfly. And you begin to shut the eyes down. So it's not always necessary to be looking around, especially for seated positions. It's nice to just stay in our minds. Can have some introspection here, just concentrating on the breathing. And begin to let go of any chatter that might be built up in the mind. And come into stillness, sitting up nice and tall. And same thing here, begin to walk the hands forward and just folding to a comfortable space, not grasping onto the earth to pull the chest down, but letting your chest just fall naturally where it may. Use a block if you need it or come down to the forearms. You can slightly look down to elongate the neck here so there's no tension as you're pressing the head back. And then slowly come up. Keep the right foot in. We're going to stretch the left leg out towards the left side a bit. So this is going to be a bit of a wider Janu Sirsasana. I always say that posture incorrectly. But we want to get a little bit of a twist here. So we're going to bring the right foot in just a bit. Inhale, reach up with the arms. I'm going to get nice and long over the left leg and begin to fold forward over the left leg. So folding where it's comfortable. For some of us, that might be up here. It might be up here. So just staying where you need to in your own body. So being very observant of your limits. And being okay with that. So never pressing yourself into anything that doesn't feel good. So noticing the natural breath is always the key here. If you're grasping for the earth, your breath might become more quickened. There might be a rounding of the back, a lot of tension between the shoulder blades and the rhomboids up the spine. So just notice if that's happening, come off and ease off just a bit. Let yourself come up. And then slowly walk back. Now to get a little bit more of a side stretch, go ahead and bring your left elbow down to a block or to the earth on the inside of the left calf. Left hand behind the left ear, and the right arm's going to stretch up and over. You might begin to notice, depending on where the block is at, you might need to lower it if you have a little bit more extension and mobility here. Or for those of you that are extra mobile, you might not need to have the elbow down. You can bring the left hand to the earth and maybe take a hold of the left big toe with the right hand and open. So it's all about finding what feels good in your body and exploring the deepest expressions and also the most shallow. So feel this all along the right side of the body. One more breath. And then slowly come up. Inhale, reach up with the arms. Right hand drops down behind the right hip. Push the hips up. Stretch through the belly, reach back with the left arm. Come down to the earth. And other side. So the left foot comes in, right leg out to the right just a bit. Square the chest over the right leg. Inhale, reach up with the arms. And exhale, begin to fold forward naturally here towards the right leg. Let the arms fall where they may. You can come onto the elbows or slowly walk all the way down towards the right shin. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to the earth. So a little bit wider here for that lateral stretch. Right elbow down to the inside of the right shin. Right hand behind the right ear, left arm stretching up and over. So you want to keep the left hip plugged down as you open through the chest and look up. So you're finding extension all along the left side of the body. So again, notice here if you need to change the level of the block, if it needs to go a little bit lower or higher, or if you want to bring the right hand down to the earth and bring the left hand to the right foot, the right toe, and open here and find more extension. Again, don't try to find the fullest expression here if it doesn't feel good for you. If you're just grasping for it, use your blocks, let them be your friends. Props are good. Inhale, reach up with the arms. Exhale, left hand down behind you. Right arm sweeps back as the hips bring up and stretch through the belly. Go ahead and find all fours now. So we come on to all fours, or as we call it, tabletop. Palms press firmly into the earth, knees about hip width distance apart. Nice neutral back. On an inhale, let the belly drop, look forward and up. Do here is find hip circles, bringing the hips over towards the right heel on exhale, coming towards the left heel, and then coming forward. Inhale, belly drops, look forward. On an exhale, round the spine towards the left heel and back towards the right. Come around. Inhale, belly drops. This is a really good stretch to work into the wrists, into the forearms, and it helps against things like carpal tunnel or any anxiety or tension that you have. Slowly walk the hands back towards the knees. Let the knees go wide, sit back onto the heels. And stretch the left arm underneath the right towards the right side of the room. Right arm towards the left side of the room. So you're creating this cross here with the arms. And then let your forehead hang down. Begin to open the chest up. Bring the hands back. And then switch. So the right arm will go towards the left side of the room. Left arm over the right this time towards the right side. And then bring the forehead down to the earth. So we're just opening very passively into the shoulders here. Begin to come back up. And then walk the hands forward, come onto the belly. Bend the elbows, open through the chest forward, and we come into Sphinx pose. So just a slight back bend, nice and open across the chest, heart opening towards the sky, the sun. You can shut the eyes down. And just a nice passive back bend to begin your day, or to just enliven the day if you're practicing in the middle of the day here. And for most of us, back bends are so important. We spend a lot of time hunched over a desk or hunched over a wheel driving, or just kind of walking around in the world with our shoulders slumped forward. So this is very good to just open across the chest, let the heart be open, and let the back begin to extend and express. Press the chest forward here if there's any compression in the lower back. So it's very important that we're not compressing into our lower lumbar. So chest goes forward, feet pressing into the earth, thighs off the mat, knees off the mat. And then lower back down. Now walk the right hand out to the right side, right cheek to the mat. Press through the left palm to lift the left hip on top of the right and place the left foot down behind you. So the right arm can be straight or it can be bent at the elbow for more mobility here. So if you have more mobility, it might be easier or a bit more challenging to bend the right elbow, get a little bit more open. For those of you that might be extra mobile, you can also bend the right knee and place the right foot down behind you. So you might need to straighten the right arm to do so.